Oh my gosh, that's right, because I did kind of start like right when we were getting into high school.
8 years ago when we started middle school, though, right?
No, 8 years was when I finished middle school. Yeah, that's what I meant earlier. Yes. 8 years, girl.
We started high school 8 years ago.
Yes.
I'm going to throw
Wait a minute, that's not right.
Yeah, it is.
It is right.
You
It is
graduated
right.
college.
We started high school 8 years ago. We finished high school 4 years ago.
That couple Winnie Williams, and she's like,
Oh my God. That's crazy.
ew,
8 years.
that's disgusting.
But anyways.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the That's Crazy podcast. My name is Gage.
And I'm Zoe.
And we're here to talk about all things that make us go,
That's crazy.
Just to open, I forgot what I was going to say. As you can see, we have our computers here. We are very professional. We are very demure, very mindful.
Very modest.
Also, thank you for supporting the pod so far. Again, keep leaving those reviews. Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify. Please leave us a review. It helps share the podcast. Keep sharing us via word of mouth. We appreciate all y'all's support. And also, our TikToks have been popping off recently.
They've been doing good.
So, like, if you want to follow us on TikTok, it's at the That's Crazy podcast.
Mm-hmm. Click follow.
So, Zoe, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the worst point in our lives.
Honestly, it kind of was. It kind of was.
But it was like so bad that it was like humbling and fun. And what are we talking about? None other than
middles. I thought we were doing it together.
Middle school.
So me and Zoe, I'm sure we've mentioned it. We've been going to school, not just since high school, not just since middle school, since legitimately like kindergarten.
like the womb. Our mothers did cheer together.
Literally, yeah. Kind of iconic. Anyways, so we're talking about middle school, which has been, how many years was it since we've been in middle school now?
I don't want to do that math, honestly.
Hold on, just me.
Like, so it was weird because our middle school is different than what it is now. We had middle school from 5th grade to 8th grade.
Yeah.
And most people have it from like, 7 to 8 now?
Yeah.
So we were in middle school really young.
Okay, so it's 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And our last year of middle school was 2017? Because sophomore year was 2018. Oh, God.
I don't like this.
We were in middle schole 8 years ago.
That tracks.
Actually, yeah, that's right, because it's been
That
4
is- that
years.
does
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Wow. Oh, me revealing my phone again. This is the computer, you guys. Don't even worry about it. So it's been 8 years since we've been in middle school. A lot's happened. I'm gay now.
You been gay. He been gay.
And that's one of our, we have a list of topics, each of us, but part of my middle school experience was just being straight. It was a really hard time in my life being straight. I really struggled being straight for obvious reasons.
I struggled to find a boyfriend because Gage decided to use me as a beard.
Okay, whoa. Lightly told people that I may have had a crush on you to distract from certain things.
And I'm like, really? Who?
Well, one of the main things I want to talk about with our middle school experience, this is something I think a lot of people deal with when they're in middle school, is sex ed.
Oh, God.
The birds and the bees, which there's kind of two lanes that like your school can go down when they teach you about sex ed. It's either abstinence or you'll die, or like actual useful like sexual health information. And being in Nebraska, we obviously got number one.
We got the first choice.
So we walk into this classroom. Our school hired like someone like outside, which means first of all they had to like reach out to somebody to like hire this crazy
Batshit crazy woman.
crazy woman. Her name was I don't even know what her real name is, but she wanted us to call her Mama E.
Mama E.
Which I already feel like is kind of like weird and manipulative a little bit to like try and get us to see her as like a mother figure.
I don't want to talk about this with my mom. That's why you're fucking here.
Literally.
Oops, I cussed.
We already did.
Oh.
Has it been 2 minutes?
No way.
So Mama E said several things to us. Number one being maintain abstinence because that is the best form of sexual health. And I mean, like, yes, you can't contract STDs if you aren't having sex. Like, that's the obvious. But also, she didn't teach us anything actually useful. Well, okay. She told us that we won the sperm race. She was like...
Go ahead.
She was like, I don't know if you guys are winners or losers out there, but even if you feel like you're a loser, you have won something. The sperm race. And I remember being like... What is this woman talking about? And she was like, you are 1 in a billion. Be proud of that. And then she also, I remember this because she made a point. Another big thing was, I don't know if they hired her with like some sort of Christian background, but she was also very much against like sex, not having sex before marriage. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, do not have sex before marriage. That is so damaging to you, to the child, and me, a child born out of wedlock.
Me as well.
Like half of that classroom was. We're all like, are y'all damaged? Like,
are y'all doing good?
What's going on? And I even remember a couple of people spoke up and were like, my mom and dad never married, which also you don't have to get married. Like, that's not a...
No.
And she was like, well... in most cases, it's a very damaging scenario.
You're looking at 95% of this class being
literally. This is a small town you're talking about.
This is Dinkyville.
Dinkyville. This is Dinkyville. We didn't get that name
what
for
else?
no reason.
You remembered a couple other things that she said also.
Yes. Was it just a 1-day class or did she come back like for a week?
I swear it was like a multiple, like it was like a boot camp almost. Like,
yes.
we would come back.
I feel like it was a straight week of like, instead of having health class, we went to Mama E's.
And learned nothing health related.
Nothing health related. What did she do? Oh, she had this like analogy where it was, you should see relationships as a cake. And every time you're in a relationship, you give them a piece of your cake.
Amen.
By the time you get to your husband, there'll be no cake. And then she did it with a piece of paper. She did the thing where it's like, this is sex. This is sex. This is sex. Then she unfolded the paper and she's like, this is what you look like after damaging yourself that much.
That is crazy. This is you after sex. And it was like a crumbled up piece of paper.
Literally a piece of paper. I was like, girl, who hurt you?
What kind of sex are you having?
What sex are you having, girl? She got the red room or something.
I really hope that like conditions have improved for like sexual health education since then, because she taught us nothing. Like, she didn't even like mention like ways to have safe sex.
Like, if you're gonna do it, just at least do this.
At least wear a condom. At least, go get tested. All this stuff. Didn't mention any of that. She said, no, don't have it. You'll die.
Yeah, you'll die. She did say we would die.
What?
I'm alive.
Who hired that person? Oh, I know who hired her. We can't say names.
I don't even know. Like, there's nobody we could even ask to be like, what is it like now?
Literally, like
I could ask my siblings, but I'd be like, I don't want to know.
If y'all got kids out there, do they have sex ed? And like, is it proper? Like,
give them something that they'll actually benefit from.
Literally.
But I feel like parents these days, it's just so much more nonchalant. People are like, just here's some condoms.
Which, thank God, because that's how it should be, because people are going to have sex regardless of...
I think people just realized it's like, obviously my kids are going to be doing this right now. Like,
yeah.
I literally made them and I was a child.
Literally.
So, whatever.
Whatever.
Okay, back to the middle school. What do I want to talk about? There was just a lot of stuff that would happen in middle school that, same thing with the sex ed, you would just be confused about. Mm-hmm. And we lived in a very, like, YouTube prominent time.
Because this was okay, so we ended middle school in 2016, and that was like 2013 to 2016.
It's like the heat of YouTube era.
Legitimately, like the rise and like the almost like monopoly of YouTube like taking over.
Yes. But I just remember that in every situation I ever couldn't have the answer to, I would look up a YouTube video about it, because there would always be some like 30-year-old woman who would be like, let me tell you exactly what to do. You're going to have your first kiss. You're going to have your first school dance. You got your period. Here's a video.
That is crazy.
And I always had answers. I didn't need Mama E. I needed YouTube.
Period.
So amen.
That woman is like, all right, if you need to cure something, go ahead and give yourself a 10-minute meditation.
Yes. No, but I just thought how it was funny that there was, I feel like even now, I could Google something and be like, there's a YouTube video.
I need a
about
video
it.
for this.
And maybe it was like from 5 years ago, but
No, that really was like the rise of like not only like video tutorials, but also like
DIYs.
those DIYs, 5-minute crafts. The DIY like regime had us all in a chokehold.
Choke.
The like neon pink chandeliers that would hang from people's lockers in middle school.
Glitter Forever 17.
Love her.
Love.
Gen X Pen.
Oh!
Connor Franta.
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie. A2L. Is that what it was called? O2L. Our Second Life with Ricky Dillon. Iconic era of YouTubers.
We were over consuming.
And that was like the height of my like I want to be YouTuber era. That's when me and Zoe first started making like videos together, because we had both like kind of been like, I don't know, just creative people that would like make our own content from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually went viral when we were in middle school for your cover of Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? By Demi Lovato.
Yep.
And I don't think I ever went viral in middle school. But I did have a series called Tech Tuesday, which was just basically copying iJustine. So, speaking of iJustine,
You just cured my computer.
this MacBook just turned on.
She said, hello? Someone help me. Oh.
Because I think I had one of my points was just YouTube in that era, and especially like y'all remember what do y'all know about YouTube rewinds?
Oh!
They stopped making those, didn't they?
They had to have.
I don't think they make them anymore.
Let's look it up.
Literally. Yeah, go ahead and research that, Miss Researcher.
YouTube Rewind. When was the last one?
The 2014 YouTube Rewind, I remember being distinctly iconic, because it was a play on Dark Horse by Katy Perry, and Tyler Oakley was in it. They had Good Mythical Morning in it.
There would be no rewinds in the year of fucking course 2020.
The year that ruined all of our lives.
Ruined everything. Last one was 2019.
You're telling me COVID got YouTube Rewind too? Oh my god.
Wow. Okay. So that's when shit hit the fan. But whatever. The thing that I've noticed these days is these middle school kids just look so much older.
We looked like legitimate children because we were children.
Babies. Like I was fresh out the womb still. Umbilical cord and all.
I think it really does, because we kind of, I mean... Yeah. There was like social media when we were in middle school, but it was brand new. And it wasn't like our like Instagram during that time was like, take a picture of this fucking Starbucks drink you got, put a sepia tone filter over it and post it.
And there was no captions.
There was no captions. Nobody cared. You posted whatever you want on Instagram. And there just wasn't that expectation to like, I don't know, be like pristine 24/7. These girls come to like middle school with like full blowouts and like pin curls. I'm like, girl, when did you wake up to do that? Because I was waking up at 7:53 a.m. right before middle school started.
Literally rolled out of bed. These kids have all the name brands. They're all just looking like they're 18.
That too, all the name brand stuff. I had, I guess Champion kind of is a name brand right now, but back when we were in middle school, it was like a Walmart brand.
Uh-huh.
Sweat sets from Champion showing up to middle school like that.
Which is so funny because Champion at first was like nothing, wasn't it?
No, we need to like somebody's. I'm sure somebody
There
has.
is, yeah, I think I've seen, there's somebody's done a deep dive on like how that happened, but I remember like Champion and like Starter were like the Walmart brands, you know?
Not someone. I'm sure we can go find a video and watch it, but I need to know the rise and fall of Champion or the fall and rise, actually.
Ooh, the fall and rise.
Okay.
Write that down. Someone write that down.
Our next video topic.
I was going to say, that topic.
That's the craziest episode topic ever.
The fall and rise of
Champion.
whatever. Whatever we decide to talk about.
But also, like, the way that middle schoolers, like, present themselves on social media also is so different.
Because they have to. Just like before when we were talking, we were like,
Yeah.
The only thing that we really used Instagram for was when someone famous would post a picture. It's not like we ourselves.
No.
We're like, oh, I hope everyone sees this.
I wasn't
It's
posting, like, photo
Selena
shoots on
Gomez
there.
or Justin Bieber posted.
Yeah, literally.
Or King Kylie.
Wow. Oh, my God. That's a 2014 era.
Hmm.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, because also Musical.ly came out when we were in middle school. And that's kind of like the predecessor of TikTok, as we all know. But even then, like, our Musical.lys were just, like, for fun.
They weren't getting no traction.
I was, like, trying to get that crown because that used to be, like, the verified symbol on Musical.ly. And so I'd post, like, 6 a day, and it'd be me in the same outfit, in the same room, in the same spot, doing it at the same
God.
day.
Do you remember the day that they announced, like, you are on the top of the leaderboard? Like, did you ever get that notification?
No, unfortunately,
And they
I
put
never made it to
everybody at the
of
top of the
but-
leaderboard.
Oh.
Everybody had a crown for a day. I freaked out. I thought I was famous. That's so cruel.
Wow, and then we went forward and became famous on TikTok. That's so crazy of us.
Whatever.
I see you have some other middle school trends on here.
I
They're kind of
do.
more YouTube era.
Because I don't know. I feel like everybody keeps talking about how the kids are talking about the skibbity toilet. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, that's so weird. Like, listen.
We've all had our weird, like, trends and, like, fascinations.
Let me pull some up for you. How about the annoying orange?
Is he still alive? Did he, her, them, the orange?
Is he alive? We don't know. How about What Does the Fox Say?
I low-key love that song. That song
That
was
is a good song, though.
low-key in my iTunes. I'm not going to lie. In middle school, I used to bump it to that.
It is a really good song.
And do you remember they had, like, the weird... Okay. Do you know the lady that, like, floats up in the middle of the music video? She's, like, an older lady in, like, a pink jumpsuit. I had no idea who she was. I found out that she came from, like, being, like, viral for, like a morning walk exercise video. Like, tutorial. She was like, you guys, this is how... I could be completely making this up. This could have been a dream, even. I don't even know. Maybe someone fact-checked this, but... She literally, like, got famous off of doing, like, this, like, walking... Like in the Olympics, you know, like the fast walking competition. This is the craziest deep dive.
Lady in jumpsuit. She was in the music video?
Yeah.
Give me a moment here. There is nothing.
So that was all alleged.
So we're going to cut that.
Wait.
There's like What are you talking about?
Let me pull it up.
Are you just gonna let? Stop!
It
Stop
keeps turning
tickling
on.
my computer like that. No. But I'm just trying to say that we think that they're so weird, but literally
We've
we
all had
were
our own
worse.
things.
We were worse.
Like, I remember the big thing for us in middle school was boss. Do you remember that? It was a bigger thing, like, towards, like, 5th and 6th grade. Like, you're a boss. You remember those memes, too?
Oh!
Unlocking a deep memory, because that was so long ago.
Wow.
That's so boss. That was the,
The fetch.
of the time.
Boss. Dang.
I see Smosh on here. Miranda sings. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
She had to be on there. I'm sorry. She was in every rewind because I watched all the rewinds.
That
before I
is
put this on
tea.
here. She was in almost every single one. So was Smosh.
The downfall of Miranda sings is crazy, though.
I'm gonna be nice. Anyways, but like Gangnam Style, Skrillex was so big. Call Me Maybe was huge.
I saw Lindsay Sterling, the violinist, in concert.
Wasn't she good?
She was amazing.
She will always be amazing.
She was like upside down, like playing the violin while doing ballet, and I was like, girl.
I'm glad she's having a good time. I'm glad.
And I think she's still successful. I think she's still doing well, which is good.
She is. She's touring all the time. Good for her.
She's always minded. As far as my knowledge goes, she's always minding her own business. Just made her little art.
She's a good person. I
Period.
believe that, truly. I do have a question for you.
Okay.
Did you ever? And I'm asking the people in general as well. Did any of you guys ever watch Video Game High School?
Bitch, I loved that series.
I would. Watch that.
I didn't know I had anyone to talk to this about. Kaden, have you watched this?
Yeah, I feel like have I never discussed this with you?
Maybe we haven't.
I would go home and watch Video Game High School every night.
I wanted to be there so bad. That was like my disassociation. I would like daydream like in class that I was like in Video Game High School, like dissociate.
It's like those kids who would like go to bed and like convince themselves they're living in the Harry Potter world.
That was me. What are you talking
That
about?
was me with Video Game High School.
I can't remember like the plot. Like it's been so long since I've even heard somebody mention that.
They just went to this high school and there's like different sections of it, and he was like in shooter games.
And it was like esports leagues and
it
stuff.
was like drama on the side.
It was good.
It was a good show. I have watched it
and
within the past year.
Kind of crazy now because there are like actual like esport teams that are like starting to start up in high school.
Like this was like all fantasy, and
Literally.
and now it's like that's
Bitch,
a thing.
I would have eaten up an esport league in high school. Oh my god, if I could have done that instead of track and field,
There was
girl.
literally a sector in the show where it was like just for farm animal games. And I was
Bitch,
like,
let
I
me
wanna
in there. Let me in there.
But no, that was such a good show, and I love. Just brings me back. I didn't know when to talk about that with you.
That's crazy. Wow.
Like the first thing that I ask people when I start like talking to them is I'm like, "Have you seen Video Game High School?" And they're like,
Your
"No."
first icebreaker question.
That's my first one.
You're like, okay, so
That's why I'm single.
I need to go use the bathroom real quick.
Bye. No, but no. Such a good show.
Well, I do also want to talk about how we went to middle school. We're obviously not going to name names. With some of the most insane people that I have ever met in my entire life.
Ever met.
And there's some people that I'm sure y'all get this. Like, you'll have like some characters in middle school that like disappeared after middle school, didn't go to high school with you, don't know where they went, don't know how they're doing now, have no idea about like. I think they're still alive, but
I think a few of them aren't.
oh, well, the person I want to talk about, like to just do stuff. He was like kind of like the class clown. He's actually my best friend growing up, but he would go to like some crazy extents just to get a rise out of people. And there was one time when we were like in a homeroom, and he took a piece of chalk, ground it up, put it into lines, and then snorted it. And he
Tracks.
I just told Zoe who I was talking about.
Tracks.
But I think I used to have a video of it, but there was like so much chalk that like he like rips his face like off of the desk. There's like a cloud of chalk that follows him, and then he just goes because I'm pretty sure I don't think you're supposed to snort chalk, so like don't do that. I think that's
What do you
actually
mean you don't think you're supposed to snort chalk? No, you're not supposed
Honestly,
to snort
that
chalk.
kid during middle school was the best thing.
I think that chalk might have messed some stuff up.
Where's Dari? Where's Dari?
There's also I can't remember if this is a memory from middle school or high school because it's starting to get a little blurry. But we used to have like these yoga balls that we'd sit on in like certain classes. If our teacher was feeling particularly like healthy, she'd make us sit on yoga balls instead of like the class chairs.
Yep.
And I watched this kid, the one that snorted chalk powder, on multiple occasions. Like full force slam the yoga ball against another kid like across the room. And it was like that loud like boom. Like ricochet noise. And our teacher would be like, "You guys, stop it.
guys."
Our teachers never did anything to stop
Nothing.
anything. So this kid snorts chalk powder, comes up, he's like, ugh. And then the teacher in that class, instead of being like, oh my God, we need to rush you to the ER, like poison control, she's like, you need to go outside and you need to knock those chalk erasers because this is unacceptable behavior. You need to clean this up. This just reminded me of another memory. I didn't even write this down. Do you remember when we pranked one of our teachers by putting baby powder?
That was not a prank.
It wasn't a prank.
That was not a prank. That was
A science experiment.
It was a science. Okay, so it was actually English class, and we would have a sub. It was English class that we had a sub for, and this sub would come in. He was an absolutely like smart man.
He was so smart. He actually taught my mom too, which is crazy.
Didn't he go to like conventions with Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes.
Like very, very smart.
Yes.
Just not in this moment. He would bring in science experiments instead of teaching us what the teacher would have wanted us to do. And one day he decided to do like the laser, whatever. Like
you can like
invisible the laser is, and then if you throw the baby powder, you can see.
You can see the laser, like the light through the laser.
And he didn't clean it up.
There was baby powder in every corner of the room. And I don't remember if he told us or if we just assumed that he was going to clean it up after us because we didn't have time to do that. We had to go to our next class.
All
or
right.
Get yelled at. Like, he did not clean it up. This teacher comes back from like, I don't know where she was. She was on break or something. Or
she had a very traumatic thing happen to her. And then she came back from that that in her entire classroom. But we didn't know that at the time. We figured out about that later on in like high
years
school.
later.
But
all right, guys, we are back from a break real quick, and we have been joined by our extra special guest judge, Binks.
Binksers!
What do you think, Binks?
Say it.
Oh, he's purring so loud.
He just wants to be a part of the podcast.
Anyways, we were just at our teacher's response
To us baby powdering her room, which it's not completely our fault.
I don't know what she wanted us to do, though. Like, she obviously was upset. She may have cried.
Within reason.
Within reason. But then she also got really mad at us. Like, super mad at us. And I was like, first of all, y'all, I'm 12, 13. Like,
misdirected anger happening.
The 70-year-old substitute that was just in here guiding all of us in this is partially the one responsible.
I don't think he ever came back to sub again.
Did he never? You know what? That explains. I kind of forgot that he never like
came back.
Which is unfortunate because he was actually really smart and like a pretty good sub. But
he was a good sub other than that one point.
Just a little. I think he was feeling a little free in his later years of teaching.
Like, I think I'm gonna sub.
I think I'm gonna do a science experiment in this English class.
Yep. Nope, buddy. That's okay. But just on the topic of things that went wrong at middle school, we have plenty of things to talk about. Like when there was a bat.
I was like, where's this segue going?
Just so many terrible things happened in that building.
Our middle school was built much like our elementary school, like in the 50s, and never really got touched since.
Never. And
so not only would wild animals just somehow break in constantly and like fester in the ceiling walls.
In the walls. You know what else festered in the walls, Gage?
Asbestos. And mold. We were legitimately forced our 8th grade year to like, I'm pretty sure the band room got closed, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Our band room was like the first thing to get roped off because there was so much mold that it was dangerous and they couldn't afford to just remove it. And so after we got out of 8th grade, they ended up like condemning the entire middle school.
They did condemn it, and then a business came in, didn't touch anything,
and reopened it.
So
question mark.
Tax money.
And so if me and Zoe, say 60 years down the line, both developed the same exact rare form of lung cancer from inhaling asbestos for 4 years because they didn't remove it.
Here's your reason.
That's why.
This is why.
But to go back to your original point, there was a bat in the library one time.
There was a bat. I think that was my favorite memory, though, because the power was also out.
Yes. So what happened was it went out when we were in lunch.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, like 50, like 11 to like 14-year-old kids in a room when the power goes out.
Not good.
Everyone went,
Ah! Or they would take those freaking styrofoam cups and put it on the table and they go, pop, pop.
our principal was like, stop popping the cups.
Stop popping the cups. But he couldn't see us, so we all popped our cups. That sounds like a really nasty.
Yeah, it does. That was crazy.
Popped our cups.
And who got rid of the bat? Like, how did we get the bat out?
It was our principal came in and like tackled the bat. And after he did that, somebody made a poster of him as Batman. And said, and was it like our savior or something? Was the
Okay,
caption.
that's crazy.
It was beautiful. They made posters and they plastered them all over the school.
Oh my God.
I loved that place. I'm not even gonna lie about it.
Well, something else that one of our principals led during that time was this little program that our school called Kindness Retreats. Do you remember this, bitch? You remember this? What you know about a kindness
where
retreat?
we were all forced to like
Kumbaya.
and live out our trauma so that we would have like
Connection? I don't know.
connect. It was like weird culty stuff.
So yeah, again, another instance where our middle school like hired out weird services from like outside groups. There's this group, I don't even remember what their name was, but they came around to different schools and did these things called kindness retreats, which was essentially just like they would take, it wasn't like always everyone, it was like one class, like the 8th grade class or the 7th grade class.
Yes, we would have our own little.
And we'd be taken out of class the entire day to go to the gym and participate in this kindness retreat where we would like break out into small groups and have to like work together to do things. But there was also this like ceremony that we would do at the end where we all sit in a circle, we turn out all the lights in the gym, they put on like this weird like meditative emotional music,
really weird music,
like legitimately like through the speaker system, and then they would light candles and we'd each get like this little like stone or something and we have to go put it in this bowl in the middle every time we went up and talked, and we would share, they would like share just what you're feeling right now,
like share a moment where you felt like small and helpless,
trauma dumping on each other,
and
essentially.
it was literally like they were like, you're shedding this weight, put it in the bowl.
And so, I mean, imagine this again, 11 to 14-year-olds, someone says something traumatic and the next person's going to say something more traumatic to like one up them.
One up.
So there would be like, I don't remember, like these aren't specific examples that I remember, but it would legitimately be like, yeah, I've been just really struggling because like I have some acne right now. Next person would be like, I'm struggling because I broke my ankle. And then they'd be like, next person would be like, my dad broke his neck and died and hasn't been alive for 16 years of my life.
Yes, or it'd be that one bitch that would like be up there for 12 minutes and be like, and my cat died and my mom died
And then my
I'm
dad,
dying,
and then I have cancer.
And everybody in this circle would be like
That was crazy.
half that shit wasn't
There was,
real.
I do want to, did y'all have book checking in your high schools? Kaden, did you have book checking in your high school?
I don't know what that is.
Exactly.
You would essentially like run up to the person and like they'd be carrying their books in their arms and you just like slap it down to the ground.
And I never witnessed that, never saw it.
But apparently it was an issue in our school for some reason.
I know exactly who you're talking about, who talked about this. They came from a different school.
They just wanted to get in on the kindness circle.
Yes. And I was
That's
like,
right, because that was their first year. I'm like, what book checking have you witnessed here?
and then decided to blame it on us. And we were like, I don't even know what this term is that you're using.
Well, he also like confessed too. He's like, I know that I've been book checking too, and I feel really sorry about it.
Like, you brought this cancer into our school. We didn't even know what this was. Mind you, we had lockers, so we didn't even really have books.
No, I kind
They
of
would stay in the classroom.
Yeah. I wouldn't like, most of the time, like I carried around like a pencil.
A pencil.
That was it.
And even at that, I would ask Gage for pencils.
I did have a trapper keeper though, because I was feeling especially bougie
You
that
were
year.
too extra with your giant suitcase-sized binder.
I'd be like going through the hallway like, excuse me. Excuse me.
Gage would fly through the hall, binder behind him, face first. And then he'd go, zoom! And I'd be like, you guys hear that?
They were, okay, I wasn't like the worst kid at that though. There was like some kids that would like Also, I don't know why, and we never learned why either. They would sprint the moment the bell rung.
Like, it is not.
Like Naruto run across.
To
Like,
be fair, they had us having passing periods be like 10 minutes, and they cut it to 3 minutes. You had 3 minutes to get from one end of the building to the other, and if you were late, you got in
why
trouble.
would they cut it like that? And we didn't even have a complicated high school. Or not high school, middle school. Like, we had, like, it was pretty much one floor.
It was.
It was just really long because we didn't, for some reason, we didn't build up just an extra floor. We just built out.
No.
And so from, like, one school or one end of the school to the other was legitimately probably 10 minutes. And they cut down the, like, passing period time to 3.
And it was never that your
No,
classes
that's
were
why I was
next to each
sprinting,
other.
period. I knew I could justify it.
Me, I was taking my fine ass time. I was like, I don't care. And they didn't care either, because if someone said something to me, my mama was going to hear about it. And they don't want to hear from my mama.
I did also want to talk about our relationship in middle school. Because we, like, semi knew each other, but we also, like, didn't really hang out yet until high school, really.
That's why I said you flew by me in the hallway, and I was like, who?
But again, as I said earlier, there was a couple times where I did tell everyone that my crush was Zoe.
And it was fine. It was fine. I had bigger fish to fry.
Because I hadn't come out yet. And also, like, I mean, I was pretty sure. But I also wasn't, like, 100% sure because I just didn't know, like,
You
what I
hadn't
wanted
explored
yet.
that self
Yeah.
yourself yet. That's when you're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Of course you didn't know. But I think it's funny that you say that I was your crush, even though didn't we have the same crush?
What are you talking about?
Didn't we have a crush on the same person?
No. Oh.
It's like a love triangle. We were young.
He'll never know.
I'm just saying that I think it's funny. Believe that name.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
We're not. No. But no, I think that it's funny that you said that, even though we ended up having a crush on the same exact person in middle school.
We have a lot of drama to unpack with that specific friend in general, which maybe we'll do a whole episode on sometime.
We don't need to do an episode on that. I've moved on. But no, I think that's funny. But I think it's cute now. Then, and me not knowing you, I was like, what do you mean he said he wants to marry me at Disneyland? I'm like, first of all, we've never discussed this.
Exactly, that was my plan all along.
And then because Gage said that, I had girls wanting to fight me. Like, to win dominance. I'm like, I don't want him.
Listen, I was a prize to catch.
You were a prize
in
to
middle
catch.
school.
And I was like, leave me out of this. I'm going to go eat 15 cookies in the lunchroom.
We had crazy ass librarians the entire time we were in middle school.
Crazy.
And also, like, the turnover rate for our librarians was, like, surprisingly high.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for some reason, there'd be, like, a new one, like, every 2 weeks.
And then we finally settled on like 2 right before
Yeah.
we left. And the one of them was still weird and the other one was very sweet.
Well, the one of them one time told me that I was 14, 13 maybe. She went, Bernie Sanders is a Nazi.
Like unprovoked.
Well, it wasn't that provoked. I think I was talking about like,
I mean, there was an election while we were in middle school.
I think it was
too.
that because I think I was like, oh, I wish we had like universal health care or something, like basic human
Gage
rights.
is in middle school and he's preaching.
I was preaching.
He was running for that student body president.
And so she was like, I think I was talking about something like Bernie Sanders had proposed, and she was like, Bernie Sanders is a fascist. He's a socialist. He is a Nazi. And I said, I don't think any of those things. I mean, obviously, like the socialism part is true, but like,
Gage is fighting the librarian in the library, and I'm in the other corner of the library on Disco Fridays with the. Oh my God.
what was unprovoked too? I don't think I was even talking directly to her. I think I was like maybe writing a paper or something for like social studies.
Oh, and she like walked behind you and saw it.
Yeah, because I think I was talking with like another teacher or something, and she like, across like the library counter was like, Bernie Sanders is a Nazi. And I was like, who are you? When did you start here? First of all, because I haven't seen you
Who
here.
are you?
What
She
happened?
doesn't even go here.
What happened to the last one?
Everything else that I was going to talk about kind of leaked into everything else, but
Period.
we should maybe talk about what's going on with the girls.
The gays?
And the theys. Let's talk about it. What you got? What you got on the roster here?
This is like very recent. This is like hella recent.
Okay.
So Ariana Grande was just at the Vanity Fair magazine event. I don't know what it was for specifically, but she showed up on the red carpet. Have you seen her look from
Nope. Pull
this
it up.
red carpet? Let me pull it up for you.
And if we put it in the podcast, maybe we can have it float around.
Yes. So she wore this like absolutely. Oh, there's not even. Does she have a picture of it yet? This like. Oh, hold on. Let me go to my trusted source of Honeymoon Avenue, the top Ariana Grande fan account on
I thought your
Instagram.
phone was pink.
It is pink.
Oh, it looks purple from the side.
It's kind of like a magenta.
I had like an
almost.
epiphany there. Okay, continue.
This is her look. Oh, sorry, you can't see.
Oh.
Very like old Hollywood, very glamour, like very chic. It's cute.
It's a little bulky, but it's
Yeah.
cute. Okay, eat.
And so my main thing I want to talk about this week with her is I think that they are setting, I don't know who they is, like her team, herself, like just, I don't know. But I think they're setting her up to possibly play Audrey Hepburn in something. Like potentially like a revival of Breakfast at Tiffany's or like a biopic of some sort.
Bold.
But, and because also Audrey Hepburn was like a famous also musical movie actress icon, and Ariana's about to do Wicked. Like I kind of see like, and just the way she's been styling her hair recently and her like wardrobe that's much more mature and like old Hollywood, I feel like they're setting her up to like kind of step into this role. Maybe
Have other people discussed about this, or is this like a personal?
This is personal, although I did see. That's a lie, actually. I did see someone comment it.
He said
Me
no.
when I lie.
Me when I lie.
Okay.
Because I think I had like stumbled upon like it was like that Vanity Fair TikTok, and I was
Okay.
like, oh okay, I'm kind of thinking this, and then I looked in the comment, and it was like one of the top comments, and I was like, oh okay, well at least I'm not alone.
You
So
stealing the top comment as your own original thought.
okay, I do it all the time. It's my fact-checked resource.
He's like, if they said it, it must be true. Amen.
How would you feel about that?
I can see it.
Yeah,
I can. And if she goes the right way about it, like this is perfect.
and her impressions, like
She's
she
really
can
good at
impression down.
impressions.
So like, I'm pretty sure she
She
could.
might eat.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, if it comes in the movie theater, this is my next topic. Do you go to the movie theater anymore?
Definitely not as often as I did when I was like
Younger?
younger. Like I definitely like if it's like like Barbie, I obviously went and saw it in the theaters twice actually.
Oh, yeah, I think that no.
But that was probably like the last. I think that might have been. Oh no, I saw Inside Out 2 in theaters.
Okay. That's what I was thinking about the other day. I was looking on the movie's website and I'm like, there's nothing really that I am like
Want to go see?
to go see.
Yeah.
I don't go to the movie theater anymore. It's like if you pay X, Y, and Z to pay for like a Netflix, a Hulu, a Max,
Just watch it on there.
I'm going to wait for that to come out. Like go watch a movie for an hour and that's like my
Yeah.
Netflix bill.
And also, I mean, movies just cost so much money now.
So much money.
Like the movie theaters around us do like some specials sometimes. Like sometimes it's like
$5.
$5. It's actually $7 now because of inflation. We lost so
can't
bad.
have anything.
But like on a regular day without like the deal, you can pay like $15 to $20 to go see a movie for one person.
For one.
Not to account for like the $30 concession stand for a single piece of chocolate.
It's crazy.
Which I love going to the movies. Like I love the experience, and like I loved like Barbie. Like everyone dressed up and went to it. So like when it comes to like big movie events like that, like I'm so here for it.
Mm-hmm.
But just for some of the lesser movies, I'm like I just don't know if I can justify
Spending that much money?
money right now instead of buying groceries so I can have food and new treats.
Speaking of money, I'm going to segue into this before I let you get into yours. I don't know if you saw the most recent Zillow ad
Zillow ad for what?
for like buying houses.
I forgot to check it this morning. I don't check Zillow over.
What was it?
I did not like check Zillow itself. It's like buying a house right now is near damn impossible. And they made an ad.
I know what you're talking about.
They made an ad where this group of like 8
Yeah.
friends bought a house together. And I'm like, is that really how it has to be right now?
They were like basically advertising that like, well, if you want to buy a house nowadays, just get together with like 3 and 4 of your best friends. Girl, I'm not moving in with Zoe.
Sad. I don't want to hear none of my friends banging at all. I'm gonna call Mama E.
But what happened to like even just like a single person like owning a house? Like, you know how hard it is to like even just have, well, you know, because you live here alone, like rent an apartment alone. Nearly.
Zoe lives in the studio?
Zoe lives inside of our studio.
Zoe is the
She never leaves.
I never leave this place. No, but I just that's how it is now.
That's so sad too. Like what?
Wow.
Put your stone in the bowl, Gage.
Like, it's the kindest of treat, y'all. Let me go put my stone in the bowl. I can't afford to buy a house.
No, but that's just what I want to talk about. These crazy prices and just the will to live. But let's get an Audrey Hepburn movie.
Well, I mean, talking about just like the price and difference between things, I've been getting onto nostalgia talk recently, which I get on rabbit holes at like 12 a.m. And some of these videos make me like physically nauseous because of the nostalgia. Like, it's like a good feeling, but it's also like absolutely soul crushing at the same time.
You're like, I will never get that back.
And so I've been seeing like, it's like those like slider ones where they have like old packaging from the early 2000s, and it's like the Yogos and like the Fruit Loop like cereal straws and all that stuff. And it's always like that, you know, that this TikTok sound in the back that's like wow, 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 wow. Like the techno.
They get you with that, huh?
That was a bad description. Wait, hold on, let me find it.
But I know what you're talking. Play it. Are we gonna get copyrighted for that?
I'll only play a little bit. Like, let's just look at some of these, like the months of the year on the calendar. Let me play it. The little mat you could sit around. The letter mat. Those,
Nap time.
Those blue cots.
Nap time.
We have these calculators too. Like, it's just like videos like these I've been getting on to like a lot recently, nostalgia talk, and it literally makes me like nauseous.
That's so sad too, because it's like in those pictures there's so much color. And like you go into like an elementary school
Everything
now,
seems so warm.
so sterile now.
We went into our senior years when like our school got like a new elementary school, and so they tore down our old one, and the lighting in that place was like a hospital lighting.
It is hospital lighting.
The colors were so ugly.
And which is so sad because they did go for like an earthy tone is what they chose. They didn't do school colors. They tried to choose like earthy colors.
It was so weird too. I was like, why is it green and brown in here?
I'm like, I'm scared. I'm like, am I in the back room?
And our elementary school, even though it was built like literally in the 50s, was still, it had like a charm and it was cute.
It had carpet. Most of the teachers had like couches in there.
Yeah.
And they had lamps.
So yeah, early 2000s nostalgia has been getting me recently, basically.
It would get me too. Speaking of nostalgia, were you a Stranger Things fan?
Absolutely.
Well, they're almost done filming season 5.
Jesus Christ, how long has it been?
Forever.
What do you mean they haven't even finished filming yet? That's crazy.
They haven't finished filming. And I just know because a bunch of the actors are coming out and being like, we read the last episode script.
I saw that.
And it is.
Oh my God.
It's going to be a rough one.
I'm not ready. That show legitimately, I know some people have like up and down opinions about the later seasons. I've been hooked on the whole time. I've loved every single season.
I don't think I've been hooked on another show like that since. There's like Outer Banks and stuff, but I wasn't into that.
I mean, just the way that it changed, like, the landscape of, like, the whole entertainment industry, like, single-handedly brought back, like, 80s nostalgia.
Yes.
And kind of brought us down that train. Winona Ryder, first of all.
Oh, first of all.
Like, one of her main returning roles is that.
Great casting.
What do y'all know about Stranger Things?
What do y'all know?
I love Stranger Things. And so when is it like supposed to come out? Like next year sometime?
Let's look it up.
That's kind of nice having little laptops.
I know.
Even though mine is a prop.
We needed this actually because we be saying too much that needs to be fact checked.
Literally.
Stranger Things season 5 release date. Not in India. Where? everything we know about Stranger Things season 5 so far. Let's take a look-see, shall we?
Okay.
Okay. As of January 8th of this year, they were back in production. 8-year anniversary of Stranger Things?
8 years. Oh my gosh, that's right, because I did kind of start like right when we were getting into high school.
8 years ago when we started middle school, though, right?
No, 8 years was when I finished middle school. Yeah, that's what I meant earlier. Yes. 8 years, girl.
We started high school 8 years ago.
Yes.
I'm going to throw
Wait a minute, that's not right.
Yeah, it is.
It is right.
You
It is
graduated
right.
college.
We started high school 8 years ago. We finished high school 4 years ago.
That couple Winnie Williams, and she's like,
Oh my god. That's crazy.
ew,
8 years.
that's disgusting.
But anyways, I don't see anything about like confirmation of when it's supposed to come out. But damn, am I ready?
All right, well, stay tuned, y'all. We'll give y'all our review whenever it does come out in like 4 years.
Hey, but Arcane's coming at the beginning
When is
of
that
next month.
coming? Next month?
That's next month. I've been waiting 4 years for that.
I need
So,
to watch season 1 still. So.
Gage needs to watch everything that I put on his movie chart.
Segue. Mr. Beast is getting canceled.
For what? Can you explain this to me? Because I saw that on there and I was like, for
Okay,
what?
so you know who Rosanna Pansino is?
No.
You remember Nerdy Nummies? Like during that YouTube era we were talking about earlier?
Nerdy what?
Nerdy Nummies.
No.
She was like a baking channel, and she'd do like, she baked like the star block from like Mario as like a cake.
I'm going to get like called out for this.
You don't know what what do y'all know about Nerdy Nummies?
Who is Nerdy Nummies? Okay.
Okay, we're back from break. We had to take a little break again because we're getting into it.
We are.
So Rosanna Pansino, she's a baking channel, super cute, love her, friends with Justine. And she one time competed on one of Mr. Beast's like game shows, like those big game shows he used to do. And apparently it was just like a bad set experience. It was rigged apparently. And she has like evidence and all this to back it up. Go look at her Twitter. She has like months and months of tweet history like going at this basically. But another thing that happened recently was Mr. Beast launched his like Lunchable brand basically. And they are essentially like, what they're trying to do is like be an alternative to the Lunchables that's like cooler and more healthy and better for kids, good for the kids basically. She's compared like the ingredients list and they are as bad or worse than Lunchables are. And so and he's just like trying to make money off of this basically.
I did hear that they mold immediately.
That's what
Yes.
I was gonna say.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
She unboxed them recently in a YouTube video and they were moldy. Like
Because
disgusting.
there's no preservatives in it.
Yes, I think that was the thing was that they were trying to do was like it's healthier because there's no preservatives or something, and like
Then there's no
You
shelf life.
kind of need preservatives sometimes. So he's getting.
And it's probably hella expensive and it's molding.
I think it is more expensive. I can't remember like what the pricing is, but
We're already struggling to live. Like a Lunchable is what you get your kid for lunch when you're like, come on.
and I know he donates a lot of money, but he could have just like started like a free lunch program instead of this or something.
Trying to make a profit
I
off of
don't
it when he
know.
already has so much
Yeah.
money. Clocked.
Well, the last thing I want to talk about before we end this episode here is I know you don't watch Big Brother, but I watch Big Brother, and I recently tuned into season 26, which just recently finished up. Congratulations to the winner, Chelsea. She played that whole house the whole time. She had them around her fingers the entire time. She ate. She left no crumbs. There is another contestant called Quinn, who is actually from our area in Nebraska here, which is crazy.
Woot woot.
He got out like what, like 7th, 8th? No, he didn't make it a jury.
he was in jury.
Oh, he was in jury. That's right.
Yeah, I think he was the first member of jury.
Okay, so that's like what, 8th?
I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
But I know that there's like 6 or 7 people in jury.
Well, he has a Cameo account, which if you don't know, Cameo is basically when like celebrities can like sell themselves.
Make money.
Make money. Yeah. You can like ask them to like record a message for like a family member, that sort of thing. And so one of our friends recently had Quinn record a video for Caden over here because Caden wasn't a very big fan of Quinn.
Okay, listen. I need to defend myself. All I said, context, right? Lexi.
Shout out to our friend Lexi. She's not going to watch this.
She's a big fan. She's a big fan of Quinn, and every time she would like hype up Quinn, I would be like, love Quinn, but most of the time Quinn's on the opposite side of my favorite, who's Angela, and like Angela and Quinn were kind of beefing the whole time. And so like as much as I would want to support Quinn, I had to back up my girl Angela because she was making good TV, and I prioritize good TV. And not that Quinn wasn't making good TV, but like when you compare the two, I was much more entertained by Angela, and so I was ready to like defend her down. So Lexi, bestie, was like, hey, love Quinn, and I'd be like, can't love Quinn, gotta stand Angela. Lexi took this information and bought a fucking Cameo and aired out my fucking dirty laundry to Quinn.
I won't play the whole thing, I'll just play a little bit of it, but here's the start.
I want you to know I've already listened to Brad by Charlie XCX. I'm obsessed. This is great. Now, this is to Caden. More like Lamden, okay? My name is Quinn, and you are a no good, dirty, rotten, pig-stealing, knucklehead McDorkatron who probably struggles to pronounce 3-syllable words.
Why'd he gag you like that? That's crazy.
It reminds me of the scene in like Christmas Vacation where he's yelling at the boss. Sit him in the chair with a bow.
Normalize like going on Cameo and buying like random celebrity cameos for your friends. It's so funny.
Unprompted. I got a text earlier, like literally earlier today, and it was just this video, and Lexi was like, hey, I got something for you. I opened it up and my jaw was on the floor. I was like,
That's funny as fuck though.
Because the season just ended. It ended like a week ago.
Like this man was fully just on TV last Sunday for a finale, and
National TV.
And Lexi bought this Cameo, and I think it was like a 3-day turnaround or something. She was like, yeah, I spent like $50 on it like 3 days ago. Anywho, craziest shit ever. My jaw was on the floor. I was like,
so thank you, Lexi.
it's 3 minutes long.
So yeah, that was my hot topics this week.
Beautiful. Did we pick songs? Pull up your Apple Music.
Okay,
real
we
quick.
forgot to do song
We
of the week.
forgot to
Jill.
do song
Let
of
me-
the week. We
hold
have to.
on.
We have to. Okay. Let me just pull up the last song that I had on.
I'm gonna do a ridiculous one.
No.
You can steal mine. I just opened up my Spotify.
What is yours, Caden?
Club Classics featuring BB Tricks from the Brat, and it's completely different, but it's also still Brat remix album.
Exactly.
Okay.
My song of the week is Into the Woods, the original motion picture soundtrack deluxe edition. Prologue.
Shut the fuck up.
Prologue, Into the Woods.
Take a song and Gage goes.
That's what I was listening to. You said to look at your most recently listened songs, and that was one of my...
That's how you listen on the way here?
A little bit. Earlier, yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
That is a great cast. Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, Anna Kendrick. Clock it.
My song is Turned Down for What by DJ Snake. Turned Down for What? Bow, bow, wow, 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 wow. Anyway,
Well,
thanks for watching.
yeah, that was our song of the week. Yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to support the podcast, please make sure you share it with friends, with family, coworkers, on your social media. Leave us a review. The reviews help us like immensely get out on the platforms. So also subscribe to our channel on YouTube if you want to see like the visual aspect of our podcast.
If you want to see our beautiful faces.
Beautiful faces. And yeah, we release episodes every Saturday.
Most of the time.
Okay, you don't need to clock that yet.
Clack.
That was one time.
We release them when we feel like it.
Stay tuned.
We have concepts of a schedule.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.